A commercial driver who tried to prevent an attack on a young man at Asokore Mampong in Kumasi has been stabbed to death. Now, 22-year-old Dennis also was stabbed several times at the back, buttocks, and had his head hit with a brick by the group of young men who were chasing a colleague in the area. Uncle of the deceased, Kwabena Amwako, says his nephew was killed when he tried to prevent the boys from attacking the young man. Mona Lisa Frimpong has been interacting with the family of the deceased and has filed this report.
An eyewitness, Bismarck Odro, who operates a drinking spot in the area, told Love News the target of the attack, known only as Nat, had a confrontation on Sunday with a group of boys off the Kenyasi Road. The group of young men ambushed him on Monday in an attempt to deal with him. He said Nat ran into the deceased, who had returned from work asking for help. In an attempt to reason with them, they stabbed him multiple times.
Sunday, no, around 2:30 to 3 morning, me yes spot was Asokore Mampong, me na. Timothy anyone boys no so dey minimum. Into the Modu and I'm saying, Brown Fred Boakye, and I'm saying, yes. And I'm saying, another amount of ten or so, you're quite a Kojo, and boy be Jimmy or Honoma, with the war, I should it in. And what Natara crash of Boakye, a more Jana day, I am Matari.
One of the perpetrators told me he had beaten a guy.
Classmate, Tiabasa, and no Mutezi bar, Asokore Mampong, over not night day, and so they couldn't be.
Sister of the deceased, Francesca Owusu-Ampong, gave a chilling account of how they killed his brother.
The say obidi blocks are shiny trim. I'm on the sick how one or the Muja shares for it Nansia, Obisu Dimlika Dene, now Bono, Ama.
We heard he was stabbed multiple times. My brother was innocent.
Mother later to at Waye, would be our 1 penny once. They signed it in Mitifanis. I may yapan. A biane crash bia, says some ideas here. Or no moon didn't run on your palace, some ideas here. Me understand my watch the archer say. Domoyan, on chum, so come crowd of moon. And ye fed that.
Uncle of the deceased, Kwabena Amwako, says Owusu was rushed to the Menchia Government Hospital but was pronounced dead on arrival.
Boys be by say on person and a contaqua. No, was Munja and Toquadian for Subi and so. Tim Fear and Uncle Anna catch them, say. More fast, medicinal, Uncle for Abona Ekun. I'm so. Oh.
I saw a group of boys who had gathered saying they were still waiting to beat my nephew.
Mother
of the deceased, Yabwatma, wants police to arrest the perpetrators.
My son was innocent. I want justice to be served.
Africa ni musia na nkwansia no ebesa no ti baby anokra da bia ban on fanto mame.
Police say no arrest has been made so far, but they are investigating. Awuku Malik's report read to you.
Well, sponsors of the anti-LGBTQI+ bill in Parliament have issued a 24-hour ultimatum to the Inspector General of Police, Dr. George Ekufodampare, to pull down billboards promoting the activities of homosexuals. This follows the erection of giant billboards on major roads in the country in commemoration of the Gay Pride Month, which falls in June each year. One of the billboards sited at the end of the Tamakra-bound side of the motorway has the group's rainbow colors with an inscription promoting same. Ningo Prampram MP Sam George has described the mounting of the billboard as an affront to the country's rule and laws. He wants the IGP to have it pulled down. He spoke to me earlier on News Desk.
The points must be made clear that our constitution is clear. Our constitution and our laws in Ghana are clear. The constitution is clear about what is acceptable culturally and what is culturally acceptable. Numbers Article 26, Article 11 of the Constitution are clear. When you look at our Criminal Offences Act as well, Section 104 of the Criminal Offences Act make it clear that homosexuality and bestiality are illegal even as we speak today. And so any advertorial that seeks to promote anything contrary to what our Criminal Offences Act deems right and what our culture and tradition deems right and the Constitution deems right is an affront to the Constitution. And we're enjoined by the Constitution, I believe in Article 3, to rise up in defense of the Constitution anytime we see any activity or action that is inimical to the Constitution. And that's why we have given a 24-hour notice to the authorities, from the IGP to the MC for the area, to let them know that that billboard should not have been erected in the first place, or the advertorial on the billboard should not have been erected in the first place. And in 24 hours, if we do not see action taking, this has been in the news for over 72 hours. We've not seen anything. We've officially drawn the attention to it today. Failure to act within the next 24 hours will see us as citizens rise up in defense of the Constitution and take down that billboard.
Oh, so you would want to take it down after 24 hours?
If it is not taken down by the MC and the police service, we will take it down. Because we cannot for the life of us. Would you feel comfortable to see a billboard promoting terrorism or promoting armed robbery or promoting money laundering? I mean, that's an affront to our Constitution. And as Ghanaian citizens, the Constitution enjoins us to rise up in defense of the Constitution, and so we'll be acting constitutionally.
Well, so it means that the assembly that gave permit might have also flouted the law. What do you intend to do with regards to how you handle that assembly?
Well, 2 days ago, I granted an interview on your network to Evans Mensah and MFR Power. And on that call was a gentleman, I think his name is Donkor, who claimed to be the convener for the LGBTQ plus rights movement in Ghana. And he owned up to saying that they sponsored that billboard. We're asking the Attorney General and the IGP to immediately commence criminal prosecutions of that individual. Again, we are asking that whichever municipal director approved this billboard to go up without necessarily being minded about what it is that was the material must face the requisite sanctions within the local government service. Again, we're asking the Advertisers Association Guild to take immediate actions against their member who owns that billboard and put it up. And we're asking the Assembly to as well withdraw the license, the permit for that company in hosting this billboard. People cannot act as though Ghana is a banana republic. We have laws, and the laws must work.
But the Assembly knew it and they went ahead to give the permit. Why aren't we dealing with the Assembly as well?
That's why we are saying that whoever it is who gave the permit within that assembly must be made to face the full sanctions within the Local Government Act. There are penalties in there for dereliction of duty.
Now, President of the LGBTQI+, Alex Donkor, disagrees with the Ningo Prampram MP. He joins us live on Zoom with more. Alex, thanks for your time. Now, how do you disagree with the Ningo Prampram MP? Obviously, he's saying that because the laws do not allow the practice of that in that country, mounting a billboard is an affront to the Constitution. You don't agree?
What Noble St. George said. First of all, there is no part in our Constitution or our criminal code that criminalize LGBTQ persons. So first of all, let's correct that. What our criminal code criminalize, and that is the section 104 of our criminal code, is unnatural carnal knowledge. And that has nothing to do with the billboard that we mounted on the streets of the country. Now, one will ask the question, why are these politicians so outraged about a billboard that talks about love, tolerance, acceptance, freedom? Are these not things that even as religious people we believe in, and even as a country we even believe in, because our coat of arms says freedom and injustice? Which part of the message on that billboard that is criminal or incriminating so much so that he's calling the IGP and the municipal assembly to pull it down? He is a politician, and I believe that during his campaign he mounted a lot of billboards. At what point did anybody ask that that billboard be pulled down? In this country, I do not think that any citizen is more important or more citizen than the other.
Okay, so Alex, what is the goal of the billboard you've mounted?
The billboard we mounted was a solidarity message, right? It was a solidarity message. And if you want me to read what was on the billboard, I can go ahead and read it. It says that when all Ghanaians are treated equal, no matter where they are or who they love, that's true.
No. Alex, we get that point, but I'm asking from you, what is your goal for mounting these billboards on the street of Ghana?
So our goal for mounting this billboard is because, first of all, we celebrated International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia, Transphobia, and that was when we mounted this billboard. This billboard was a solidarity to LGBTQ Ghanaians who are in the country facing all of these challenges, all of these struggles, abuses, and attacks from people like Honorable Cham George, who are in places of power, who are inciting the masses against us. This billboard is giving solidarity to us and telling us that we should be strong in this trying time with all of the oppression that is being targeted by us, by these politicians.
So Alex, we need education. Earlier, you agreed with me that our law criminalizes unnatural carnal knowledge, right? You agreed from the onset.
Yes.
Isn't that same thing when we broaden it to what the LGBTQI+ stands for? And that's why the MP is saying that it's illegal for billboards to be mounted with the objective of promoting your activities in the country?
No, I disagree. I am not a lawyer, but the little that I know is that the Section 104 talks about unnatural carnal knowledge, which is not, it didn't specifically say LGBTQ persons. Unnatural carnal knowledge is targeted at every citizen of the country, and that is a sexual activity that criminalizes it. And I'm saying that a mounting of billboard is not the same as a sexual activity. So let's differentiate the two. When it comes to the sexual activity between two consenting adults, it's always in the privacy of their room. And that unnatural carnal knowledge can affect whether you're a heterosexual or a homosexual. It affects you. So if you want to talk about unnatural carnal knowledge, and let's look at it broadly. It has nothing to do with the billboard we mounted or the LGBTQ community.
Okay, but must it necessarily come with the mounting of billboard to promote such an activity? As you say, you're promoting the love for people who are sidelined. Must it necessarily come with it?
Well, it is a reminder for us as a country that we should not allow some few people to oppress other citizens of this country. It is a reminder of our independence. But Kwame Nkrumah said the freedom of Ghana or the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the African continent. The freedom or the independence of Ghana is meaningless unless every Ghanaian citizen can be free and live up to their full potential. And that is not happening because people like Honorable Cham George are inciting the masses against other citizens, creating unnecessary divisions among us. And that is where our concern needs to be as a country. Why are these people in places of power doing the exact same thing we do, inciting the masses against us? That is a distraction. That is a distraction from what is happening or the accountability that the politician needs to account for. Using the already vulnerable community as the scapegoat to really divert attention from national issues. Yesterday, I heard Honorable Muntaka say that he will prefer the passing of anti-LGBT bill as compared to the water that he can provide for his constituency. People really need to be very intentional.
Alex, so Alex, if the IGP, because they have petitioned the IGP, they've given the IGP a 24-hour ultimatum. Now, if the IGP calls on you to remove those billboards, will you comply?
I think as Ghanaians, we equally have the right to mount billboard. And the mounting of billboard was done in our rightful place as equal Ghanaians. If they go ahead and then pull this billboard down, we will take legal actions because we haven't done anything criminal. There is nothing criminal.
But Alex, I'm trying to find out from you. It's a yes or no question. Will you comply with the directive if it comes that you have to pull down these billboards? Yes or no?
No.
Thank you very much. I'm grateful. Now, moving on to other stories. The Ghana Health Service is allaying fears of the public against the risk of contracting monkeypox. Bono East Regional Health Director Dr. Fred Boakye told Joy News showing monkeypox-like symptoms is not enough proof to jump to conclusion that one has contracted the disease and thus causing fear and panic. Ghana has confirmed 5 cases of the disease in 3 regions. This was announced by the Ghana Health Service in its latest update. Dr. Fred Boakye advises adherence to basic hygienic practices such as hand washing and sanitizing, as in the case of COVID, to ensure prevention. He spoke on the AM show.
You get it through the fluid. So especially if you have lesions on that particular person and the lesion happens to get on you, there should be a breach. So if there is a cut anywhere on the skin, because it cannot actually go through. So if there is a cut, then that virus will get entry through the blood system and get into. So that is one way of getting it, because if you even look at the presentation and how it's going to present when we discuss it, so there should be a breach where the fluid of the infected person should get in contact with that. And normally when we are saying that, you actually need a micro breach in that skin so that the viruses that you cannot really see will penetrate into that. So in terms of contact, that is how you will get it. You will have to actually get in contact with the lesions, the fluid, the body fluids. Even as you said, if the body fluid is containing it and it comes in contact with a breach skin, your skin is exposed somehow, then you get it. Then also when it's through respiratory droplets, as we have discussed, through the mucous membrane, for the eye, for the nose, then that means you are able to get it. So that's one of the major ways of getting the true contacts. Where we should go now as a country, because the epidemics are upon us, if I can borrow this word. And therefore, we will have to make sure that some of the things that we do to prevent them are part of our normal lifestyle. You remember during the peak of COVID, almost everywhere that you went, you saw a Veronica bucket, soap. Everywhere we went, they were giving you sanitizers to sanitize our hands. And when we are not feeling well, we stayed in the house or we had cold, we put on our mask. These are the new normal that we said we should adhere to, with or without monkey or COVID, so that when they become part and parcel of us, then some of the diseases unknown to us, we will abort them and prevent them. How do we make sure this is our lifestyle going forward?
But in case you still do not know much about the disease and how to stay safe, here are some facts from the Ghana Health Service for you. Now, just to let you know that monkeypox is a zoonotic disease caused by the monkeypox virus. It is endemic in Nigeria and Cameroon. It is transmitted from an infected animal, for example, squirrels, rats, dormice, monkeys, among others, or from infected humans. Also, human-to-human transmission can occur through the following means: skin-to-skin contact, face-to-face contact, mouth-to-skin contact. So these are the 3 things you need to note. It can also be spread through touching bedding, towels, clothing, or object used by an infected person. Signs and symptoms. So these are the things you see for you to know that probably you need to check for it. Fever, swelling lymph nodes, headaches, muscle and back aches as well. And we have more on this. So let me share with you the symptoms again. Fever, headaches, and all swelling lymph nodes, muscle and back aches. Again, you would also see or have general bodily weakness, rash with blisters on face, hands, feet, body, eyes, mouth, or genitals. Now, a total of 12 suspected cases of monkeypox have been investigated since the 24th of May 2022. Ghana has currently confirmed 5 cases of monkeypox in 3 regions. That's Eastern, the Bono and Greater Accra regions. So get the regions right. The 5 cases are in the Eastern, the Bono, and the Greater Accra regions. No death has so far been recorded among the cases. 1 case has also been recorded in a Ghanaian who traveled to the United States of America. There are now over 1,000 confirmed monkeypox cases in 29 countries. So that's what the worldwide statistics is for now. So that's the pictorial evidence of where the monkeypox is that you have on your screen. One in Southern America, you have some places in Africa where you have some, and then in Europe it's quite scattered there. So that's the how the monkeypox has spread across the globe there. Now, what's your grocery budget the last time you went shopping? Mamesi Thompson and the Living Standard team were at the Agbogbloshie market and learned that food prices are skyrocketing. Many grocery shoppers had to make changes to their shopping list to feed their families. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, increased transportation costs and rising food prices pushed the rate of inflation to 27.6% in May 2022. There's more in the following report.
I came to do shopping for the house and we couldn't buy anything. Like today now I budget like 3 point something. I came here now it's 4 point something. I have to go back. And it's like I'm almost here. I brought 10 million and so now I'm be an amateur. No, me pacho ni amana odi aguso no. Mempen. Ni ama odi aguso no mempen. Ma fantastic say when I me guso.
The scorching sun isn't the only thing that irritates Josephine in the Agbogbloshie market. Traders slapping her with exorbitant prices irritates her.
Yes, Christo. Yes, Christo. But I think I'm toast boy. Ghana. I see 80 Ghana and Pona. All the my answer. So they are content and watch up by the apron at the mouth.
At this point, Josephine had to think on her feet. The money she brought to the market was inadequate, so she changed the meal plan in order to feed her family.
I came to do shopping for the house and we couldn't buy anything.
What were you coming to buy?
Tomatoes, pepper and onion.
And how did you find the prices?
Very difficult. Very difficult. We couldn't buy. Common broom, this 1 for 5 cedis. Broom. 5 cedis.
Wow.
So from Agbogbloshie. So going to Makola, how can you buy?
She planned her budget based on the prices she had met a few weeks before. A small bucket of tomatoes cost 20 cedis at the time. However, 2 weeks later, she's purchasing it for 40 cedis. She needs to withdraw more funds from her mobile money account.
2 weeks ago, you could buy this for 20 cedis. And today it said 80, but she gave it to us for 40 cedis. 2 weeks ago, you can buy this for 20 cedis.
But today, how much are you buying?
40. Times the last 2 weeks' money. So right now it's 40 instead of 20.
Wow. So how much do you now budget for the markets?
Can we buy the debt? The money we brought is finished. We have to go to the NTM guy to get another money. Still, we don't know what to do. So if we are going to pick dropping from here to home, then we pay the driver at home because we don't even have the money to pay the transport.
Josephine is not the only one facing this difficulty. Hajia was just around the corner, scouring the market for better options. However, the prices of the majority of the items she intended to purchase had doubled or tripled.
The oil, the 25 liters is 4.5. She says 4.5, and the higher too is the same price. They say it's 4.5.
Is that what you budgeted for?
I budget like, let's say 3 point something.
Okay.
And the Maggie, madam, please, the Maggie, like the amount is, yes, 16 cedis. And before it's like 14 or 13. Now they say it's 16. So the tomatoes to everything, the money is increasing.
Hajia is only left with two options. Either borrow money from her sister or leave and return later.
When there is no money and everything is expensive, it's not everybody that have the money to buy something like that. You understand? No matter how little or small you have, we can go to market and buy some small thing to feed our family. But how the thing is expensive every time they are hiding money, some people can't come to the market. You understand? Like today now I budget like 3 point something. I came here now it's 4 point something. I have to go back or to get money from my sister, the one we come to hide it, or else I can't buy it.
In the last 5 months, food prices have been volatile. The impact of the depreciating cedi and rising fuel prices has aggravated the situation. Auntie Akwele trades in oil, rice, and spices.
Ebeya usawenya 5 cities ubekono scar the best also no ebro 10 cities. I want we last week na ye the G40 yeah for fun.
These days when we go for the goods and sell, we run at a loss. I took stock of oil last week for 39 cedis to sell at 40 cedis, but now it's gone up to 45. I wish I could go and take more goods, but I'm not sure if I will get it at the old prices. Cubes were sold at 32 cedis, but now it is 36. We hardly make profits these days.
Tiusha nyamano ye sese ya tumu nso a enya kakra bio ye tumu 400 500 ne de atusu hwe nso ni ho a obeyin ti weto ne sa ti sa na nyamano sese akwa.
Dinah traveled from Kaswa to Agbogloshi for better prices. She is here to shop for a funeral ceremony.
These
are some of my items: rice, yam, chicken, tomatoes, and many others. When we came, the prices had gone up. We spent about 5,000 cedis for these few items.
Auntie Deborah sells beans and fried plantain. I chanced on her trying to stock up on oil and other ingredients. She had already spent 1,000 Ghana cedis, way above her budget.
Market these days is expensive. Every time I come, there are new prices. Today the oil cost 4.5, but some days ago it was less than that. When we go for goods, the prices are unstable.
The next time you plan on coming to the market, brace yourself for a bumpy price ride, as you can never tell how much your shopping list will cost. Don't blame your wachi vendor if she decides to sell food for 5 cedis or more.
Now, forgetting to turn off your light or other electrical appliances before leaving the house is commonplace. This has the potential to waste energy and sometimes lead to fire outbreaks. Fortunately, engineers at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology have come out with KSwitch, an automated street and indoor light switching device which is enabled by an SMS. On Tech Thursday, Love FM's Kwesi Deborah speaks with the developer engineer John Kusi, a senior laboratory technician in the Department of Electrical and Electronic Engineering.
I'm engineer John Kusi. I'm a senior laboratory technician at Electrical Engineering Department. I'm also an MPhil student for Power Systems Engineering in the same department. The whole idea started during my undergrad when I realized that there was an old lady that anytime it gets to around 8:30 to 9 o'clock, I will see her in darkness. She'll be shouting for people to come and turn their lights on. So I realized that there could be a device that could be doing this for them so that such old people can have that access to switch their lights on and off, not necessarily going to the switch. Another thing is that I was also a technician here by then. Sometimes you'll be in the house and they will call you and say, you let your office lights on. Your office AC is on. So you have to drive back to campus to come and switch them off. So sometimes I ask myself, what about if you are in Accra? How are we able to do that? So this brought the idea that if there is a way you can be controlling electrical appliances, bills, lights, fans, and ACs, without necessarily going to that place. And another thing is that I check online and I realize that people are using data, Internet of Things to solve such problems. But here in our country, internet wasn't at that time handy like you get it. And so, I decided to come out with a different system other than data that we can use it. So I check and realize SMS is cheaper, and sometimes you do mashup and they give you free of it and you don't even use it. So if there is a system that you can just use SMS to control electrical appliances without necessarily using data, that is why I came out with this one, KSwitch, KSwitch. This is a device. It has a GSM connection that allows you to put a normal SIM, GSM SIM too. So this is the SIM. So the SIM is inserted to this side, and only you have the number. So the person who is going to use it will keep the number, the SIM for the number. Then your information will be put on the microcontroller, plus other security control, so that it will not be open access for everybody. So it will not respond to anybody except those we place on the microcontroller. And we insert the microcontroller sits here. For you. So, okay. So once we insert this, then that means that it's now secured. So it will only respond to the numbers, phone numbers we have allowed it to interact with. So when we send the message into it, the GSM receives the message, and the microcontroller interprets it, and based on that, it switches it on or off the message that you have sent. So once it's connected to the system, or for example, the lights. So now this is controlling the light. Once you do the connection to the lights, if you want to switch it off, then you just send a text message to the number on the SIM. So like you are sending any message to anybody at all, any friend, any number you have saved on your phone. So they send the code 333 and the message side. So you send this. So usually you have to enable the delivery report on your phone, so that if you are not there and you send it, it will send delivered. So that once it gives you a delivery report, then you see delivered. So you know that it has received it, then it's gone off. In this case, you are rushing late and you are not around, and you want your light to be on to detail the thief that they will think you are there. So if you want to turn it on, it doesn't matter where you are, just send 222 to the number. So for instance, I've saved my KSwitch lights. So you send it to that one. So you have to enable the delivery report so that it doesn't matter where. So once it says delivered here, then you know that the system has received it. So once it receives it, it will process it and it will turn it on for you.
Now, over 3,000 young people continue to benefit from entrepreneurial skills provided by the Princess Trust International. This is in collaboration with the British High Commission since 2019. The British High Commissioner Harriet Thompson, at the official launch of the trust in Ghana, explained that it would provide young people with skills for the job market, adding her outfit is committed to ensuring young people are empowered. There is more in this report filed by Mausi Nomo.
Speaking at the official launch of the Princess Trust International operation in Ghana, British High Commissioner to Ghana Harriet Thompson noted there is a collaborative effort with the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Education Service to ensure young people are well equipped for the job market.
What Princess Trust International does is support young people with skills around employability, enterprise, with the education that they need to make their own life choices and to build their own futures. It fits in really closely with the work that we do with the Ministry of Education, with Ghana Education Service, to complement that formal education and make sure that young people are ready for the world of work.
Chief Executive of the Princess Trust International, Will Straw, is meanwhile calling on local entrepreneurs and employers to support the trust to be able to expand its enterprising programs, which will provide young persons with the requisite skills needed to get their lives on track.
We want to expand and scale our programs so that we can support many, many more young people in Ghana. We know how severe the youth employment crisis is in Ghana, as it is across sub-Saharan Africa and many parts of the world. The demographic challenges facing Ghana, with half the population under 25, exacerbated by the pandemic and now by the global recession which is on the doorstep, mean that prospects for young people are very challenging. But we're confident that if young people can gain the soft skills for employment, they give themselves the best chance of finding those scarce jobs, but also becoming entrepreneurs themselves and moving from being job seekers to job providers. And what we're calling for is partners who can work with us and our delivery partners on the ground in Ghana to help expand these programs. So we're looking for employers who've got skills shortages and are looking for work-ready young people. We're looking for business mentors who can help these young people take their skills to the next level. And yes, we're looking for funders who would like to support our partners to grow these programs and help us reach more young people.
A beneficiary of the Princess Trust International, David Nelson, says the program has had a positive impact on him.
We decided to join by producing reforming car ties which have been done by the roadside into furniture that can be used in the living room, in the halls, offices and staffs. And actually I'm a senior high school graduate who is into meal pageantry and stars, but since I heard of this idea, I've seen that, since there is this car ties that are being waste or being dumped by the roadside, we can then transform them or recycle them into furniture that can be used. And also, this has also served as a platform for me to open up a business. So from here, I'm now going to start up my own business.
The Trust hopes to expand its programs and also increase the scope to cover more young people across the country. Mausi Nomos report for Joy News.
All right, so this is still the Joy News today. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with business.
Good afternoon. Time now for sports on Joy News today with me, Muftar Nabila Ablai. The Minister of Youth and Sports, Musa Yusuf, has revealed that his outfit has made more than $2 million in its initiative to generate $25 million for the Black Stars' participation in the FIFA World Cup and the African Cup of Nations, which was played earlier this year. The money was also meant for the development of other sporting disciplines. However, he says the target of meeting the $25 million is quite underwhelming.
On course, we've made more than $2 million now, and we are still appealing to corporate institutions to support us. These successes that we are talking about today do not come just by accident. Yeah. It came by investment. Because the last time Commonwealth Games we went, only 78 athletes qualified. This time we are talking over 100. Yeah. So it means we give opportunity to more athletes to go for qualifications. Yeah. And they've qualified. They prepared. They have more preparation time to be able to prepare to go. So there's huge investment going to even the non-football sporting discipline. But we can only do that with corporate Ghana supporting us and corporate institutions supporting us and individual philanthropists supporting us. Recently, when we played in Abuja, Dangote supported the Nigerian Football Federation and the Sports Ministry to renovate a stadium, an individual. So you can imagine, we have similar rich men here in Ghana. We are calling on them to support us so that we can position our sports sector as well.
Black Bombers head coach Ofori Asari says the presence of Tokyo Olympics medalist Samuel Oteche in camp ahead of the 2022 Commonwealth Games is a motivation for other young boxers. He believes the current crop of boxers have a bright future.
Most of these boxers, they grow up, or maybe from the grassroots, that's the juvenile boxing. Because Ghana is doing well on this juvenile boxing this time, and most of the boxers also who are a friend to Samuel Oteche, they were doing juvenile boxing together with him, and they saw that he has been able to say through, go to the Olympics and make a mark for himself. So they also realized that, wow, we can also do the same. So a whole lot of them took part in the competition. So the boxers that participated in this competition, most of them are not pushovers. They are very, very, very good. The talent is very, very high. And as I'm saying, 195 boxers competing. Some of them have to go through 4, 5 fights before winning their weight category.
Wow.
It wasn't an easy competition. We couldn't even finish the estimated time that we proposed. So we have to come down here. We started from the stadium. You have to come down here, Trust Emporium, to be able to finish it here. So it wasn't an easy. And at the end, we were able to select 30 boxers. And these 30 boxers are all very, very good. We were even thinking of selecting 50 boxers, but you know, financial constraints. We cannot manage them if we.
And this is our wrap-up sports here on Joy News today, but you can head on to myjoyonline.com and read some more sports stories.